Hi, so welcome to PositiveTV, and this week we're looking at two industries, the music industry and the fashion industry, and looking at solutions within those industries that make for a better world. So we went to the premises in Hackney, where we saw Europe's first solar panel music studio that even gives money back to the grid, and there we saw a scheme for young people that would-be offenders can join, and they learn about the music business, how to build their own studios. So a fantastic report there. And then at London's Fashion Week, we met Safia Minnie and Joe Woods, who are launching the People Tree Foundation, a fantastic initiative that really helps artisans all around the world earn more, work fair trade, gives them business models to provide for more ethical fashion. So get inspired that report. I'm wearing my hemp shirt, which I love, my organic cotton jeans. So see you soon. Bye. Today you find us discovering a little bit of heaven in Hackney. We're here at the Premises Recording Studio, Europe's first and only solar-panelled music studios, and it is a hive of creative activity here. Many well-known artists from London and all over the country come here, including Lily Allen, and I think Skunk and Nancy in here, Marion and Faithful were here last week, and it's really important studios because it also works with young people. So we're going to meet Viv, we're going to meet some of the artists, and we're going to see solar-panelled music studios. Come and join us.
The Premises has been on this site for about 24 years, and for the first 10 years it was run by a couple of jazz musicians, so it was very much a jazz place to begin with. But I took the place over about 13 years ago. They got into financial difficulties, and we've been rebuilding the place ever since then. We've had recording in this new studio, people like Lily Allen, who did quite a chunk of her current album in there, bands like Klaxons, who've done quite a bit of recording there, Alphabeat, Johnny Burrell, lots of bands like that, but a mixture of things. So we do a lot of gospel and R&B and jazz and some classical as well, so a real mixture of things. We do have, running alongside the commercial business of the studios, a registered charity, the Premises Music Education Programme, and that through that we run courses. We run things like a jazz piano workshop once a year, a gospel music workshop, but we also run apprenticeship schemes for young people at risk of offending, and they come here for 6 weeks at a time and go through a process of learning the whole business of running studios and how to, in fact, build studios themselves for their own kind of domestic home enterprises, how they can build a studio for £100, for instance, which is using recycled materials, obviously. So that's one of the things that we've been doing in the past, and we're still doing that at the moment.
My involvement with the Premises is basically over a number of years I've been tutoring, mentoring, doing vocal tutoring with some students, a lot of them being from like a company called the Urban Voice. I've also worked with people of the New Deal and stuff like that, and just basically, you know, the young people are the future, so just empowering them and just letting them know how they can make it and what's inside of them, just showing them that there is a lot of good in them and just bring it out basically.
Well, we actually did we recorded a single here with one of our bands. For that reason, we tried to release a record that was had the smallest carbon footprint possible. So, as an experiment, we got one of our bands who live nearby to actually walk to the studio, carrying their instruments, and then we did a day's recording in the solar-powered studio, and then sent all the tracks electronically to our distributors, who then uploaded them onto iTunes. So I think it's great. I mean, it's something that you know, it's quite close to our own hearts, and the more people that are doing stuff like that, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
But there's good vibes here, you know. There's a good ambience here. There's you know, for want of a better word, you know, there's a wonderful feeling that, you know, just moves around this building. This is a happy place to be, and I think the fact that it's solar powered actually really contributes to that.
The whole feeling of it is a really positive, lovely vibe. You come in, really friendly people, staff, you know, everything's very professional. And yeah, wow, go on them, solar panel, whee!
Any business today that supports the environment can only be a good thing. You know, our planet we have problems with the planet, you know, so anything that we can do as individuals, as musicians, as businesses to help alleviate that problem, I think is a great thing.
The solar powered system actually has been incredibly efficient, and it in fact generates more energy than we use in the recording studio, and we in fact sell back to the national grid. So last month, for instance, we got a cheque back for £800, which was very nice indeed. The studio itself was built using a high degree of recycled and reclaimed materials. All the doors and windows, for instance, were taken from salvage. So they originally came out of a bank in the city, and some of it came from Enron bankrupt stock, which was quite a nice thing to do with. And there's a subfloor in the recording studio made of 150 old car tyres. So we tried to build into it lots of energy efficient, carbon neutral materials. So it's not 100%, but it's in the build it was a pretty high degree. But it is 100% solar powered, so it's the first one in Europe, and as far as I know, it's still the only one in Europe.